Thor's hammer. My stepdad, he liked a lot of the Viking stuff, and I sort of read about it and it just tweaked. It's like, I guess you could say getting religion, but just not Christianity. You know, just everything is good about it. The hammer can be used as a weapon or to build. It's kind of a bit of everything.
The first one on my right arm is from Sonic the Hedgehog. It's one of the power boxes that he uses. This kind of is dating back to my childhood when I was quite in hospital for about a year, and I used to play Sonic the Hedgehog on the games consoles in the children's area.
I had this point in my life when I just proposed to my then 6-year girlfriend. So it actually means serenity, and I got that because that's how I felt at the time. It was a time in my life where everything was perfect, and I wanted to capture that memory, and so I got this tattoo.
My compass was in memory of my grandfather, because it was he used to keep a barometer in his front room, and I always thought it was a compass when I was a kid. So he taught me the difference between the two, and he's always kept me on the straight and narrow compared to what I would have been if he wasn't around.
My anchor and rose tattoo. I got it really because it kind of symbolises where I'm from. Where I'm from, sort of a Navy city, and it meant something to me to have something like that, because where I'm for work and things in the future, I'm hoping to move around and live abroad, that kind of thing. It was always something that I'd keep with me at all times.
The large circle is my friend's name in Gallifrey. The name is George, and he was my best friend, and 3 years ago he passed away. 5 symbols: the sun, the moon, the earth, spirit and life.
So I grew up playing like a lot of video games when I was younger, and I still do now. And Mortal Kombat was one of those games that sort of got me into it. And from then on in, I just loved the franchise through and through. It's always been amazing. And I thought, I may as well. This is my first video game title as well.
My nan always wore a gold crucifix necklace every day. It was her mother's before hers, and then her mother's mother's, so it was always in the family, and it had sort of been passed down through generations. My nan actually passed away suddenly, and I chose to get the tattoo of the crucifix necklace to remember her.
All the tattoos I want are from cartoons, and that's because cartoons have shaped they're the reason I got into art. If you get what I mean, it's like the first show I ever watched that was super impactful was a cartoon, and since then everything has been a cartoon that's impacted me really.
He-Man was a cartoon that I watched when I was a kid all the time. Absolutely loved He-Man. The story starts that I wanted a tiger on my arm, so it started off with Battle Cat being first. Then I kind of went, oh, hang on a minute, it'd be really, really good if Castle Grayskull was in there. And then it finished with putting the Sorcerer in there as well.
I was never insane, except upon occasions when my heart was touched. Edgar Allan Poe is one of my favourite authors, and the quote it appealed to me on a different level, because that is what I do. I go nuts if somebody hurts me or my family, so.
Valkyries will fly over the battlefield of life and will pick up those who are worthy and carry them to Valhalla. I had lost a good close friend. He unfortunately passed from drinking. I'd question him on his drinking. I'd say, do you think you're drinking too much? And he'd say, no, because the Valkyries will protect me.
The Helm of Or. It was used as a symbol of protection and to strike fear into the enemy. So it's kind of watching over me on the back of my neck.
I'm a big Star Wars fan. This is actually a Jedi Knight sign, because I am officially a Jedi Knight, so I got a Jedi Knight sign.
I decided to get a skull tattoo because I like the symbol and the gothic connotations it brings up, and it also reflects my personal style, and I chose to incorporate the love hearts to add a softer, more feminine feel because it created a contrast with the two symbols of the love heart and the skull. The roses are on the opposite arm to the skull to contrast between life and death, and the roses represent new life and growth and have always been my favourite kind of flower.